everyone, and welcome and happy Sunday. I'm Marcie Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to let you know right now that my son invited us for dinner, and of course our grandson is on a very strict sleep pattern, so when it's time to go to sleep, because he's in TK now, that they put him to bed. So we need to get there earlier than later. So it's going to be kind of a quick video, which it was kind of going to be anyway. And I'll explain that to you in just a minute. First, some important things. November's bingo is the 15th. So please don't forget to register for that. It is going to be a great class. Right now I have a 3D item. You might have seen the mini paper pumpkin boxes. And I'm going to decorate those, and we're going to have 4 cards with envelopes, so note cards on the inside. I have another fancy fold card that is going to be a holiday card, and I say holiday, it's not really a Christmas card. The 4 note cards and the fancy fold are going to be winter themed, so it's not going to say Christmas, it's just going to say winter wishes, stuff like that. The 4th project I have not come up with yet, so I will be working on that this week. Hi everybody, there's a lot of hellos. I did read everything up until now. Family comes first. Well, you know, when your son offers to cook for you, and so you get to go visit the family and you don't have to cook, I'm all for that. They've been away at Disneyland for a week, so I did get to see them yesterday at soccer. My grandson plays soccer. All of a sudden, it was like a light bulb went off about 4 games ago. He decided to play. The parents told him, go out, play, run, just get all your, what did they say? All your, not your wiggles, but all your zooms. Get all your zooms out, go have fun. And he did, and he got a goal. And since then, it has been, I'm ready to play soccer. He's ready to go and have so much fun. Let's see, grandsons are very important. Yes, they are. I hope he grows up to be like my son, because my son is so kind-hearted and such a tender soul, but hilarious, and just a great guy. So I hope my grandson will be the same. Thank you for the thumbs up, Melanie. I appreciate it. So we're going to go have dinner. Yay! Happy about that. What else? Don't forget, I have flat rate boxes, medium boxes, if you put an order in with me and it is $100 or more and you use the host code, I will send you a box of free goodies. So I've already sent out a lot, but I still have a lot, so I will post on my business page when it is when I'm getting down to the last few. But right now I have so much stuff to still fill them up with. So if you've gotten them, I've heard a lot back from people that they've been loving them. So, yay. Oh, Renee, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a granddaughter that's in Oregon, and I get to go see her next month. So I'm super excited about that. Being a grandparent is like the best ever. So hopefully you are all grandparents or will be soon. I think that's about it as far as announcements. I just wanted to get those out there for you. And I think that's it. So when I went on my retreat with the birthday retreat with the girls, we always work on our Christmas cards. And I really never do videos of my personal Christmas cards. But as I was getting things ready and we went to the event, I thought, why not? I don't care if you share, you know, do the same card or whatever, or get inspiration or thoughts or ideas from it. So why not share it with you so that you can, you know, come up with your own card. You probably already have anyway. But I thought, well, I'm going to share them with you. The thing that's different about these cards is I've already created kits. They're not all in bags, but they were all packed, ready to go for me to put together. So I kind of have pulled a kit, but I'm going to give you some tips and tricks about my thought process and what I did because I did so many. And so some of them I did 50 of, lots of them I did 50 of. One of the cards I did 150 of because I switched my idea. And when I get to that card, I'll tell you. But let's just get started with our card today. So I absolutely love the Sending Cheer set. To be totally honest, this was not my focus set to do my cards. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted. So, of course, I ordered a bunch of DSP, different DSP that I thought I was going to use for cards because I had some ideas. But then I started playing with this set. And although it looks like it's for tags, right? So you can put little string in all of these to create tags, I decided to do different things. And you're going to see this set a lot in my cards coming up. Okay, so I'm going to show you my first card that I created, which was this little cutie patootie card. And I just love the gingerbread. And I decided to make a little easel card out of it. So simple card. It's going to be your basic 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Hi Shirley, how are you? So it's just your basic 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you just score this over at 2 1/8. Okay, so that is your card base. Your inside, of course, is going to be your mossy meadow is 5 3/4 by 4 1/8, my regular inside. The white, of course, is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so those are my basic insides for the most part, but I decided to turn it sideways. The hearts for the very last thing I thought of, because once this was closed, there was just a lot of white going on. And then once it's open, I didn't want all that white. Now, there's a couple things differently you could have done. You could add a white circle on the inside here and do some more writing if you want. Add another sentiment if you want. Or, you know, just do your writing and sentiment here too is just fine. Usually Christmas cards, you know, have a wonderful year, blah, 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 blah. Whatever you want. We already said Merry Christmas here. This stamp is from the Merriest Trees. And I just realized I forgot to add this. I might have forgotten this on the supplies too. So I'll update the supplies when I get back that are listed below. But Merriest Trees is where I got the sentiment. And then these are from the Nested Essentials, I believe, the die. So that is where that came from. And everything else I think is on there. So the deckled circles are what we used here, and this is number 8 and number 9, and I'll show you that when we get to that point. But I'm going to show you some tips and tricks of what I did. So let's just open up the kit. Like I said, I created kits. I had stacks of everything, and then I pulled one of everything out. Like I already did a little bit of the work, but I'm going to show you how I did those, kind of. I already stamped these and added my heart. I already stamped these and added my heart so that when I took them to my retreat, I'm just assembling. But I'm going to show you some ideas. This one, I decided to add white embossing powder. So I took a, let me see if I have one on my desk here. I took a Nuvo Smooth Precision pen is what I used. And it's a glue pen, and I just drew a little line right on the marks. This one is not embossed, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is. And I took a little white thing, so I embossed the face, but I did not emboss these because we don't have a stamp set to go in there, right? So I just took this and just squiggled little lines and put embossing powder on it and then embossed them. So you can see, I don't know if you can see how shiny it is. You probably can't in person, but it looks like frosting. So I upped that and did that. I added the hearts, and this is how I took them. But I'm going to show you how I did those. Again, I just stamped this. I added the larger heart. So if you look at these dies, I have 2 sets. That's how much I like this, and I knew I was going to use it. Once I got this card done, I'm like, you know what? I have more ideas. So you have 2 hearts here. And then you've got your little hearts. Oh, I might have put, see the little hearts are missing over here. So these little hearts here are what I used. You only get one in the stamp set. So the other one belongs on the other side. But so I used that. And then, of course, the gingerbread. All right. So that just kind of shows you my little ideas that I had. So the first thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and... you know what, we are going to do our gingerbread first. So what I do is for the gingerbread. I'm going to show you. I take out the stamp, and then in my dies, you're going to notice in between these, I have my own little templates. So this will kind of give you an idea of what might be coming up. Well, that's just extra holly that I didn't need, but I pull these out so I have the gift. I have this because I was centering my sentiment. I have the stocking and I have the gingerbread. Okay, this is the front. Not that the gingerbread, I don't know if it made a difference, but I did it anyway. It looks like this arm's a little longer than this arm. You're going to know when your stamp doesn't fit in right or your die cuts. Because I did so many, what I did is I cut out a bunch of gingerbread. Okay, so what I did is I had 50 because I did 50 cards. No, I had 100 because we have 2 on here, right? So I open this up. I'm going to put this in here just like this. I'm going to put a magnet at the top, magnet at the bottom. I'm going to put my gingerbread in here. Then I take my stamp and I get it on here just, my head's probably going to get in the way. I get it on there just so. So I kind of look left to right to make sure that my little guy is kind of in there where it should be. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a cookie, right? And I'm looking from the bottom now, noticing that my little foot might be over a little bit. You know, just kind of get it the best you can. And then I always cut a few extras. Cut a few extras so that you can kind of play with this and make sure. Now, when you pull this off, I'm noticing that my face is to the right a little bit. So I'm going to put that on again. Go back in. My face was way too far to the right. So you can see through the line. You can see your lines through your stamp. So just kind of, I don't want to sit here all day and play with it, but this is kind of what you have to do to get it to be just right where you want it. I'm going to go the head a little bit to the left. All right, we're just going to go with that. It might be totally off, but I'm just going to show you. This is kind of how I do it to just get it to where I think it's just perfect. Make sure everything's in the corner. And then I used pecan pie. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Hi, Kathy. Hi, Susan. All right, so we're just going to ink him up. I just re-inked this too, so I might have some darker spots, but we're going to use the ones I already have stamped. But I just want to show you. Now, it might look really dark, but it lightens up. Because when I first did it, I said, oh my gosh, my cookies look like they're burnt. I'm going to set this aside so I can show you what it's going to look like after it dries. Okay. But I did just re-ink it. Now, you can tell I'm completely off to the side. See how off I am to the side? So I have a lot of white over here. Trim that if you want to. If you are, but I would just keep doing a few samples until I got it where I wanted it. So we're going to set that aside so you can see just how that will lighten up. All right. So now what we're going to do is let's put this together, but we need to bring in our hearts. So let's bring in a little heart stamp. And did I get all my Christmas cards done in Texas when I went? Absolutely not. I still have a lot to do, which is what I was trying to get done today. All right, we're going to take our cherry cobbler. This reminds me of a baseball. So I'm going to take these hearts, and I started at the bottom. You notice right here I did not start at the bottom. And then after I did it, I thought, well, silly me, it doesn't matter at the top if you go off, right? So we're just going to go start at the bottom and just kind of add a little something. If there would have been like a little stitch, that would be really cute too. So whatever you decide to choose. All right, and then we're going to go to this side, do the same thing. I just love this stamp set. I will not get rid of the stamp set. I think it's also adorable for tags. It doesn't have to be super straight, but you know, as close to the edge as you can. And then you want to be careful, like you can start telling where your spaces are because there's just 3. So if you want to go a little closer, that's fine too. All right, so there we go. So that'll be on the inside. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere these together. Hopefully I don't get any ink on my project, but we'll just go for it. I told my husband, you need to start thinking about bringing the Christmas stuff in. He thinks I'm crazy. And I'm like, no, not right away, but I want it like at the beginning of November, middle of November. It won't go up until later in November, but I put a lot of stuff up, and it's not worth putting it up in the middle of December and taking it back down again. Okay, so here we go. So there's that. So let's go ahead and we'll add that on the inside. It's really a fast card once you think about it. You just have to kind of come up with an idea. All right, so there we go. Let's put this on the inside. Again, I like to put it towards the bottom. That's the part you're going to see. So I look at the bottom and the sides, and I know just about how much to put so that I know that I have space up there. Oh, you are welcome. I'm glad to line the stamp like that. Oh, on the side, yeah. Isn't that cute? It kind of looks like baseball, but it kind of also goes right into this cute little gingerbread theme. Okay, so this is 2 by 5/8, because of course this is 2 1/8, remember? So 2 by 5 3/8, sorry. And then this one's 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. I know that's hard to see. 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. So we're going to just align these up. I feel like I'm rushing, and I'm sorry. I told my son, oh yeah, no problem, we should be there. But then I'm like, really, this is gonna, you know. I said, I gotta do my video. I can't, you know, not do my video. He's like, I know, Mom. All right, so now we're gonna add our layer. This is such a fun card because there's so many things you can do with it. And there's so many things you can do in the middle of your card. And I have my red background, so this is a little easier to align my piece there. And I was going to do some kind of, I was going to do something like this. I was going to take this and then put this little guy on here, but I'm like, well, how's he going to hold that? And then I thought, and I go, well, that just, he needs something behind there. And then I decided, ooh, 2 of them. And then I decided to put my circles. So this paper is from the St. Nick. This is the 8th one and the 9th one. 8th, there we go, 8th and 9th circle from the center. But the St. Nick paper, I used it for everything. Do you notice it has the little gingerbread and the candy canes and everything? So cute. It could go with the little cocoa stamp set, the gingerbread. I mean, there's so much it can go with. And I used it for everything. This is one of the sides. I used the green polka dots. So let's put this on here. I like to kind of go around the outside just so it doesn't lift up too much. And then I chose to put the more decorative below, but you're going to see it doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to put that right about there. And then I lay this on here like that. I wanted just a tiny bit of white to show, just a little bit, which means it's almost to the top up here. And then I'm going to put my fingers right there. And then I'm going to bring glue and go above my fingers. You do not have to go all the way to the bottom. You can just go up there. I'm going to show you the paper in just a minute. I'll grab it for you. All right. And so then I want to make sure, here's my fingers. And I'm going to go just like that. I did do the line straight. I don't know why. I just thought it looked a little more. If you did get some, you know, take it off. It'll be fine. Just take it off sooner than later. Let me grab you a pack of that paper. I'll show you. Well, I have a ton of it. I just have to find it. so this is the paper. You can see all my pieces here. So it's the St. Nick, Traditions of St. Nick. It's the exclusive paper. Okay, so you've got the mailboxes, you've got that paper that we're using tonight. And I used a lot of this paper, but luckily it's not out of stock yet. And it doesn't even show you everything in here because I've got a lot on other projects that I'm going to be showing you. This is the rest of everything from multiple packages that I have left, but there's more. The Santa paper has big Santas on it, but I've used it all. And I don't know if I have more of this anywhere, to be honest. I think I do. But you'll see it in the upcoming projects. But it's Traditions of St. Nick is what it's called. And it's online exclusive. All right, so here we go. Let's do our gingerbread. So here we have our gingerbread. And, oh, on this gingerbread, you can do it before or after because doesn't really matter if it fits in your template. It's going to fit anyway. Just kind of go around in a circle and take that off. See? Simple. Oh, see how much he lightened up? Remember how dark he was? And this is re-inked, so he's going to be a little darker. But yeah, that's how you do that. All right, so I have my little heart here I don't want to lose. We're going to put our dimensionals. You are welcome. And when it's a larger one, I put one in the middle too. All right, and then we're also going to put them on our gingerbread. So if you take a look, you're going to kind of figure out what you're not doing. I'm not going to put a dimensional on this leg, but I'm going to put it up a ways on him, okay? I'm going to put one on, oh, it's her head. Not on her hand, but on her left hand. Not her right hand, not her left leg when you're looking at her. And then this one we're gluing, but this one we want a dimensional. So that's this side. Then this one, we're going to put a dimensional on this leg, go up a ways up here. Nothing on the hand. We're going to put on the head and we're going to glue that one. Okay, so let's do our sentiment first. I'm sorry, I'm rushing today, you guys. I just feel like I'm like, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're going to put our sentiment right here in the middle. All right, we're going to take our gingerbread and we want to kind of make them cutesy, kind of a little wonky, you know, kind of in and out, whatever. This one can be in, this one can be in, or one out, whatever. This one's a little straighter, that one's crooked, whatever you want to kind of give it a little bit of character. For the left foot, I'm not going to put anything on here, but on the right hand, you want to put just a little bit of glue. I just don't want it lifting up. So let's go ahead and slide his foot under, her foot under, and move her hand inward. Okay, the foot's off, which is fine, but the dimensional is right here, which is fine, and the head. So you know that this one is still, it's okay. Oh, except you can read my pen mark right there, but that's okay. This is an extra. And then I'm going to put this one kind of leaning inward a little bit. So same thing. Let's do a little bit of ink on the hand also here. So I put the foot under and then lean just to where the head, I'm going to bring them down just a little bit, just so they're not even. I don't want them even. I want everybody just off a little bit. All right, so there's that. We have our embellishment, so let's go ahead and add these. I put a large one here and a small one. I just kind of tuck it just a little. And then I did another one up here. All right, and now we need to do our little bows. Oh, we also need to do our little heart. So we have this heart, and a large dimensional will fit. No, it won't, sorry. We're gonna do the little one. Where are my little ones? Here we go. We're gonna do a little one just right there. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. And then I like to put it on my pokey tool or whatever you have. Kind of decide where you know, how much you want it up. You're going to have writing, so you don't want it up too much. And I'm just going to put it right about there. And then that way it sits up. All right, and now we must do our bows, of course. That was the very last afterthought I had were the bows. So I love my 10-second bow maker, which this is the website. It's a demonstrator actually that makes them. And, or I think her husband might, something. So I'm always about supporting if I can. All right, so the first one is just two, there's no holes in between. Okay, so no holes, and you're just gonna go around 1, 2, 3, and then this is the fourth time. Okay, so as long as you have 4 on each side, and I just squish them together. This one's hard. I'm not gonna say it's not because it's so tiny. So you're gonna go over and under. She's got videos that show you how to make these bows, so to use this. So it's super simple, but you just gotta watch a video and it'll be easy. And then I gotta pull this back through. It's so tiny. Now what I do is I tie it together. I pull it up because the dowels go smaller at the top, and then I just pull it up, and then I pull them. Oops. But you got to be really, really careful that it doesn't like slip out. So just pull these two carefully, and it's going to create that knot for you. So that is her bow. And I just want a little tiny, ow, did you see me? I poked myself. And then I'm going to use a glue dot. And then I always use a little bit of glue. So here's my glue dot. So we got to put this on her hair, and I'm going to do it kind of to the side a little bit. All right. And then you could always take your, I already took my little glue. I'm going to do some crafting while we're watching TV tonight. So it's already out there in my bucket, but just kind of puff up her little bow a little. If you see the glue dot and it's too big, take your tip right here and this just kind of push it underneath, you know, so it's under there. But I would lift those up and add just a tad of glue because you don't want her to lose her bow. All right, the next one I'm going to open up a little bit. You can make it smaller if you wanted, but I thought this was kind of a fun bow tie, not necessarily a, you know, tiny one like the hair. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. This is the fourth one. Same thing, you're going to go over and then cross them and tie them. And just tighten it. It's easier when it's not so tiny. And then I tug them downward and then I slip it off. And then there's that cute little bow. Again, glue dot. And I will add a little bit of glue. Sometimes it's easier when you put your bows on here. I just add a bunch on, and then when I'm ready, I take them off and I use my pick tool so that you don't have to pull it off in case it kind of gets stuck. And then I'm going to add his little bow tie right here. Look how cute he looks. All right, that is it. Simple, just kind of, you know, what was interesting is my friend Stephanie, who helps me do a lot of die cutting and stuff for my classes. I told her, make me 100 gingerbread. And so I had no clue what I was going to do, but I knew I wanted 2 gingerbreads on a card. So I was like, make me 2 and I'll come up with something. And I knew I wanted to use this paper, and that's about all I knew. Once I started that, I decided, you know what? I love this set. So you're going to see a set coming up with a stocking, one for the present. There's one I can't show because it's a gift for customers, but you will see those 2 other cards coming up. And I think I had a 3rd card, but I can't remember, or 4th card. I don't remember. So I will be showing you each cards as I get them done and have them. I have them prepped, so, but I'll show you. They'll probably be this quick, not as fast, but because they're kits already. In fact, one of them I started putting together and I totally forgot. And so I pulled out all the pieces, and I have to create a few more pieces because I kind of put the cards together already. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like it. I thought it was just so cute. But you can use anything for this. If you like the Saint Nick, use the Saint Nicks. Put them on here. Make it a little more, maybe not this paper in the background because it's more whimsical. But the Saint Nick is beautiful. And there's a die for it and everything. And you can just cut them right out. If you were to do the Saint Nick, what I would say, if you're going to die cut out of the paper, I would definitely die cut a white one also and adhere it to the back. So that, like, this is cardstock, but if it was just DSP, it just holds up a little bit better. It's a little more sturdy. So if you ever use DSP, I would just cut the same image out in white and adhere them together, give them a little more stability for your card. So I'm glad you guys like it. Yay! So Wednesday is coming up. Did I say happy Wednesday today? I think I might have. It's Sunday, just so you know. On Wednesday, though, we are celebrating my birthday dinner, and so I will not be here Wednesday night, but I will be here Wednesday during the day. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell and all that on there when you like my video, please. And then you will get notified of the time because I do not know the time for sure. I have a couple appointments in the morning. And then we have dinner at 5 on Friday. It was the only time Wednesday, only time they can get us in. So I will be on earlier. So look for me that night if you're at work. Sorry, it's a little earlier, but it will be earlier. Watching the replay from Palm Bay, Florida. I just ordered this set. Oh, good. Oh, then Michelle, keep watching because I have the next few are going to be the same stamp set. Oh, I'm glad you guys like it. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes, Carol. I also have a lot of cards I'm going to show on probably Wednesday. I'll show them because I did receive a bunch of different cards. I have a whole stack here. And so I want to show them and thank everybody. What DSP? It is the Traditions of Saint Nick. So this is all cut up, but it's the one with the Santa Claus on it. But he's all used. I used the other side for another project. So you'll be seeing the other projects too. In fact, no, it wasn't the green. I was going to say, I think it was the green on the other side, but no. Oh, make sure you click the little bell. And my understanding is you don't see the notifications unless your YouTube is open or on. So I honestly don't know about that. I get notifications on my phone, but I don't have YouTube open on there. It's an app on there. Oh, it got really cloudy out there. Ugly. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, happy birthday then, Melody. I have several friends and my sister-in-law's birthday is tomorrow. Thank you, everybody. So don't forget bingo. There was one other thing I was going to tell you. Oh, of course, if you are interested in joining, don't forget this special is amazing. You can join for only $64.35. If you're not sure if you could do it, if you're like, I don't know that I can make the quota, and that's really the only guideline there is the quota. So let me just share quickly. If you join now, which is October, the first month of a quarter, you're going to have October, November, December, which is basically your free 3 months to get your quota. And then your first official quarter is January, February, March. So through March, which is 6 months, you have to spend $300. Then in April is your grace period month. And guess what April is as a demonstrator? You get to pre-order the brand new big catalog. So if you join now, you're going to get the holiday catalog now, the online exclusives that are coming out, sneak peek, get those early. You're going to get registered for the on stage in November, so you get to buy that adorable Be Mine suite with the little honeybee. Then in December, you're going to get to pre-order the January mini catalog and celebration items. Then you're going to have January and celebration through April, I think it is. And then in April, you get to pre-order the new catalog stuff. So right now is a fantastic time to join. So think about it. If you are not able to make your quota, don't stress over it. Don't not take the chance. I love to share that my very first demonstrator that signed up said, I'm really going to sign up for the kit. I don't think I will make it. And she's almost 4 years. She's been a demonstrator. And she just, when she gets struggle, she'll put it out there and say, hey, I am trying to meet my quota. And she gets people that order from her. And she's, you know, very, very new to, not new to Stampin', but new to Stampin' Up. But she just is, and she's a hobbyist. She doesn't try to do it as a business. It's just her own discount. So it is worth it. It is very worth it. So I hope you guys will give it a try. And of course, I'd love to have you on my team. Oh, you are so welcome. Yeah, don't forget this paper is not in the holiday in the holiday catalog. It is online exclusive. So don't forget to go look at the online exclusives, and don't forget to look on your, when you go onto the page onto my store, at the top, the flyers that go by in the ads, if it says online exclusive, click on it because they add new things a lot. Okay, so we want to make sure you see those. So thank you, everybody. Remember, Wednesday I'll be here early. I don't know what time. I will post ahead of time so you'll get the notification. You can always see that on my YouTube and hit notify me, and hopefully you will get notified of that. And I will also post it on my business page, Marcie Besecker Designs on Facebook. And you will see it there. And I will give a little, I'm going to be live in a half hour or whatever. So, all right, everybody, have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye.